Welcome to the Holistic Counseling and Psychology course. In this program, we will build on the foundational concepts from our introductory program and dive deeper into genetic recoding. Through practical application and with our therapeutic PANACEA workbook for practitioners, you will learn how to integrate these principles into your practice for lasting and transformative results. The first step in our holistic psychology program is understanding the first letter, P, in the PANACEA acronym, which stands for presenting problem. This encompasses personal challenges, patterns, or inherited beliefs that affect our lives. By recognizing these unconscious beliefs, we can start to address and change them. In this module, you'll explore family attachment patterns, especially those between parents and children, using the internal family system. This understanding offers insights into our internal dynamics and how they influence our struggles. You'll also learn about core issue therapy, a method to identify and resolve emotional distress at its root. Plus, we'll delve into transgenerational healing, uncovering how family patterns are passed down through generations. Understanding epigenetics. Epigenetic inheritance refers to how our environment, like smoking, diet, and stress, can impact our genes and even influence future generations. This process, called transgenerational epigenetic inheritance, TEI, shows how our ancestors' experiences shape our biology. Epigenetics also sheds light on how trauma can be passed down through generations, known as transgenerational transmission of trauma, TTT. This biological explanation helps us understand conditions like anxiety, PTSD, and depression, inherited from our relatives' traumatic experiences. These scientific breakthroughs highlight the biological basis for the long-term emotional effects of trauma, offering insights into common stress-related conditions. Professionals, can you identify any of these patterns in your own life or family history? Reflect on your experiences and explore how epigenetics may influence your practice. A comprehensive overview of TTT suggests that stress-induced epigenetic signatures, such as PTSD, are indeed transmitted to the next generation. It is becoming more commonly known that prenatal stress, through epigenetic alterations, is one of the most powerful influences on mental health in later life. This is apparent with how prominent anxiety has become in our society. TTT renders some children of PTSD survivors more vulnerable to stress or transmitted stress, causing the stress hormones of the child to become allostatic rather than resilient. Do you know any children who are more prone to stress or mental or physical health problems due to transmitted trauma? Perhaps any clients or family members are less tolerant of stress, compounding the mental or physical health problems in their lives. Perhaps you've experienced your own sickness or burnout. These are symptoms of emotional genetic traumas that come through our lineage and can inhibit adaptive coping responses and the ability to identify solution-oriented choices. The evidence of such findings may especially help those previously concerned by their lifelong difficulties in coping with stress to realize that there is an actual inherited disposition to their difficulties. Babenko, Kovalchuk, and Metz, 2015. Transmission of ancestral trauma. Traumas are passed from one generation down to the next through RNA strands, perpetuating emotional and behavioral patterns within family lines. If these ancestral imprints are not directly addressed, they can continue to affect both us and our offspring indefinitely, until we take intentional steps to break the cycle. For example, if your parents experienced unmet emotional or financial needs, it is likely that this same lack was passed down to you. This transmission can occur genetically through parental modeling and conditioning, or even by absorbing their struggles on a subconscious level. As a result, many of your core beliefs are shaped by the internal experiences of your parents and ancestors. Moreover, you may find yourself repeating patterns of financial stress, marital difficulties, or physical and mental strain, often without realizing that these struggles have deep familial roots. To illustrate, the diathesis stress model highlights the interplay between nature and nurture in shaping human development. While genetic predispositions play a significant role, environmental and social conditioning, particularly from parents in a traditional nuclear family, also have a profound impact. For example, growing up in poverty can create cycles of financial hardship and scarcity that persist across generations. This is because both genetic predispositions and learned behaviors contribute to epigenetic influences, reinforcing inherited patterns of thinking. These ingrained thought patterns shape our beliefs, often leading to rigid mindsets that we may struggle to change. Breaking free from these deeply rooted narratives requires intentional effort. To rewire our psychological programming, we must challenge old thought patterns and reinforce new, empowering beliefs through effective mental and emotional engagement. To reprogram inherited thought patterns, we must consciously replace limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations. For example, shifting from a scarcity mindset by affirming, "I am wealthy and prosperous," rather than identifying with financial struggle can help reshape one's relationship with abundance. By challenging our beliefs and practicing these affirmations, we can begin to override inherited narratives, rewire our psychological programming, and create lasting, positive change.